Hey guys, what's up? This is Theo here, and welcome back to Lesson 5 here on Free Code Camp, Responsive Web Design Certification. And we are finishing up the last lesson of CSS Grid, and then we're going to move on to these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 responsive web design certifications. Then we'll go on to JavaScript. So hopefully we can finish this out, and then we can claim our certification together. Put that on our LinkedIn or portfolio, whatever you like. Cool. So let's start with create flexible layouts using AutoFit. This is going to be a quick lesson, just 3. So AutoFit works almost identical to autofill. The only difference is that when the container size exceeds the size of all the items combined, autofill keeps inserting empty rows or columns, pushes your items to the side, while AutoFit collapses those empty rows. So if your container can't fit all the items in one row, move them down to the next. So it's like a flex wrap. Cool. So in the second grid, use AutoFit with repeat to fill the grid. So container, you can read this hint. Container 2 should have grid template column property with a repeat and auto fit that will fill the grid with columns that have minimum width of 60 pixels and a maximum. So do we actually already? No, I don't think so. So container 2 fill the grid have minimum width of 60 pixels and maximum 1FR. Use auto fit, and where do I put it? Let me see. Let me just go back. I just want to see one of the last one we did. Auto fit. Do we actually do this one? I think we did. Yeah, we did that one. But let me go back here. And we're going to change this to be auto fit. All right, run that. Cool. So basically that just sort of gives them the space that they need based on the width. You can sort of see them wrapping as they go down, which is kind of cool. All right, next one. So maybe later, use media queries to create responsive layouts. So we've already looked at media queries, but now let's do this. When the viewport width is 40 pixels or more, make the header area occupy the top row completely. So when the viewport is more, container class should have a grid template area. Okay, so here we go. Here's our media query, and what we want to do is give it grid template area properties. Should have a grid template area, which the footer and header areas occupy the top and bottom rows, respectively, and advert and content occupy the left and right columns of the middle row. Okay, and advert and content. And then we need to just change this to be header, right? We want the header to be the top, and we also want footer to be the full bottom. And I think that should do it. Let's run this. Good to go. And number 3, create a grid within a grid. Okay. So turning an element into a grid only affects the behavior of its direct descendants. So by turning a direct descendant into a grid, you have a grid within a grid. For example, by setting the display and grid template column properties of the elements with the item 3 class, you can create a grid within your grid. So turn the element with item 3 class into a grid with 2 columns with a width, so you can read what to do. So item 3 class should have a grid template column, and we'll say auto and 1FR. Okay, and then item 3 should have a display class of grid. So now we have a grid within a grid. Cool. Alright, and let's run that. Good to go. Alright, so now we're going to be moving on to responsive web design certifications, and we'll start with building out a tribute page, survey form, product landing page, technical documentation page, personal portfolio web page. So this will be the culmination of what we've learned. We'll be able to put together a lot of the skills from this responsive web design certification. And like I said, claim our certification at the end. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you did, give me any feedback you have in the comments, and make sure to look at the courses I recommend in the description box for courses on React, JavaScript. As always, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Take care.